May thy servant Camilla, who wears this crown, be filled by thine abundant grace and with all princely virtues.
May thy servant Camilla, who wears this crown, be filled with abundant grace and all princely virtues. The royal family is no stranger to drama, but this time the stakes are higher than ever. Whispers from palace walls suggest that Prince William is on a mission to safeguard Princess Diana's legacy. He believes the deceitful way her interview was obtained significantly influenced what his mother said, contributing to the worsening of his parents' relationship and hurting countless others. His bold moves could potentially spell the end of Queen Camilla's influence within royal affairs. Could this be the ultimate power play that reshapes the monarchy forever? Before we unravel the shocking details of Prince William's modern approach, it's crucial to understand who he is in the royal family's grand hierarchy. How did Queen Camilla rise to her current position of power, and what events have brought them to this explosive turning point? Prince William's life has been anything but ordinary. From the moment he was born, he carried the weight of royal expectations on his tiny shoulders. As the eldest son of Charles and the iconic Princess Diana, William's every move has been scrutinized under the relentless gaze of the world. His royal destiny was set in stone as early as his baptism at Buckingham Palace in 1982, with Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip presiding over the ceremony. But William didn't stick to the script. Instead of following the well-trodden royal path, he blazed his own trail by choosing Eton College over the family's traditional Gordonstown. William signaled early on that he was going to do things his way, and it didn't stop there. After school, he embarked on a gap year filled with adventure and purpose, dabbling in army training, teaching kids in Chile, and experiencing the raw beauty of Africa. In 2001, a pivotal moment came when he stepped onto the historic grounds of the University of St. Andrews in Scotland. This chapter of his education was more than just academics. It marked the beginning of a love story that would captivate the world. William met Catherine Middleton during those years, and their romance, sparked in university corridors, would grow into a partnership that redefined modern royalty. Duty called, and William stepped into his next role as Officer Cadet Wales. Even royals need call signs, right? After commissioning as a second lieutenant in December 2006, William joined forces with his brother Prince Harry in military service. The real adventure began in 2008 when William graduated from the Royal Air Force College Cranwell, earning his RAF wings. With his pilot's license in hand, he became a search and rescue pilot, flying the iconic Yellow Sea King helicopters and saving lives across the UK. Imagine the future king of England swooping in to rescue you. That's a memory for the ages. Was this a bold escape from royal monotony or an extension of his deep desire to serve? By 2015, William stepped further into the civilian world by joining the East Anglian Air Ambulance as a full-time pilot, balancing life as a first responder and a royal. He often spoke about how rewarding it was to work on the front lines. It's hard to picture a prince in uniform responding to emergencies, but for William, this was more than a job. It was a calling. As with all great adventures, this chapter had to close in 2017. As increasing royal responsibilities pulled him back into the fold. Yet his time in the cockpit wasn't just a detour. It shaped his outlook and grounded his approach to leadership. His dedication extends to his work as a staunch advocate for causes close to his heart. Since becoming the patron of Tusk Trust in 2005, William has been a passionate champion for wildlife conservation in Africa. His efforts to combat poaching and habitat destruction reflect his deep commitment to making a difference, proving that his mission to protect and preserve extends far beyond the skies. William's bond with the Passage, an organization focused on homelessness, started when he visited it as a child with Diana. In 2019, he officially became its patron, reinforcing his lifelong fight to provide hope and support to those without a home. Through outreach programs and shelter services, William's hands-on involvement goes beyond royal duty. It's proof of his desire to connect with the struggles of everyday people. His admiration for emergency services runs deep, thanks to his experiences as a pilot. Having seen the demands and sacrifices of first responders up close, he's now a staunch supporter of air ambulance charities, including Wales Air Ambulance and London's Air Ambulance Charity. For William, These causes are personal missions rooted in gratitude and respect for those who save lives on the front lines. The Royal Foundation, co-founded with Prince Harry in 2009, became William's powerhouse for driving change. When Kate joined after their marriage, her focus on early childhood development and mental health broadened the foundation's scope. Together, they've turned it into a hub for groundbreaking initiatives. How do they juggle royal duties, parenthood, and running this impactful organization? Perhaps this balance is the secret to their success, or even the blueprint for a revitalized monarchy. Speaking of redefining royal roles, William's work is centered on four transformative pillars: mental health, conservation, homelessness, and supporting emergency workers. These aren't just charitable buzzwords. They're causes that William actively champions with both his heart and his time. One standout example is Heads Together, the mental health campaign he launched with Kate and Harry in 2016. By uniting charities and encouraging open conversations, they made mental health a mainstream issue. Sharing his own struggles, including the profound impact of losing his mother Diana, William gave the cause a deeply personal touch that resonated worldwide. While Prince William's royal responsibilities have steadily evolved, Queen Camilla's journey to her current position has been a tale of resilience, reinvention, and redemption. From scandal to sovereignty, from her early marriage to Andrew Parker Bowles in 1973 to her headline-grabbing relationship with Charles, now King Charles III, Camilla's path has been anything but smooth. Personal trials, public scrutiny, and the shadow of controversy have all shaped her story. So, how did Camilla transform from a polarizing figure to a widely accepted senior royal? The turning point arguably came after her marriage to Charles in 2005. Taking on the title of Duchess of Cornwall, she dove into charitable work, focusing on issues like literacy, domestic abuse, and osteoporosis awareness. Slowly but surely, her efforts began to change perceptions. Queen Elizabeth herself extended significant gestures of approval, gifting Camilla the Greville tiara, a treasured family heirloom, and honoring her with the Royal Family Order of Elizabeth. These acts of recognition weren't just symbolic. They signaled Camilla's growing acceptance within both the royal family and the public eye. Following their wedding, Clarence House became the official residence for Charles, then the Prince of Wales, and Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall. This historic London property served as the hub for their royal duties and personal life. Yet, beyond the grandeur of Clarence House, the couple found comfort in a collection of retreats across the UK. Birk Hall in Scotland, nestled amidst picturesque landscapes, remains one of their cherished getaways, offering privacy and tranquility during holidays. Highgrove House in Gloucestershire, a family estate, serves as a hub for intimate gatherings with loved ones, and their Welsh retreat, Lwyney Wormid, has become a favorite summer haven where they not only unwind but also connect with local communities. Despite her busy royal schedule, Queen Camilla has always held a special place in her heart for Ray Mill House, the personal property she owned from 1997 to 2003. This idyllic retreat offers her a rare chance to relax with her children and grandchildren, far from the relentless spotlight of royal life. Over the years, Camilla's role in the royal family has grown into one of significance and influence. On the 7th anniversary of her marriage to Charles in April 2012, Queen Elizabeth honored her with the Royal Victorian Order, recognizing her dedication to the monarchy. This marked an important milestone in her journey toward earning respect and admiration within royal circles and beyond. For years later, in 2016, Camilla's appointment to the British Privy Council further cemented her place as a key advisor to the crown. Her service reached new heights in January 2022 when she was named a Royal Lady of the Most Noble Order of the Garter, one of Britain's most prestigious honors. Yet, the months that followed brought unexpected challenges. In February 2022, Camilla tested positive for COVID-19 shortly after Prince Charles contracted the virus. Thankfully, both made full recoveries, but the moment underscored the resilience required in their roles. When Queen Elizabeth passed away on September 8, 2022, the royal family entered a new chapter. Charles ascended the throne, and Camilla officially became the queen consort. Their coronation on May 6, 2023, at Westminster Abbey was a historic event that symbolized their shared commitment to leading the monarchy into the future. As Queen Consort, Camilla's responsibilities have expanded, placing her at the forefront of official events and charitable work. Her advocacy for osteoporosis awareness, a cause she has championed since 1994, remains a cornerstone of her public service. The royal bond issue is deeply personal to Camilla, and she has used her platform to bring global attention to its impact. Her efforts extend to promoting literacy, animal welfare, and poverty alleviation, reflecting a broader dedication to social issues. Camilla's dedication to her royal duties is clear, but behind the scenes, her relationship with Prince William tells a far more complicated story. The relationship between Queen Camilla and Prince William has been a roller coaster of emotions, evolving from tension to mutual respect over the years. Initially, William wasn't her biggest fan. Growing up amidst his parents' turbulent marriage, William couldn't ignore Camilla's role in his father's life. His loyalty to Princess Diana made early interactions with Camilla frosty. However, time changes everything. As William grew older and Camilla stepped into her royal role, he began to see her in a new light. She wasn't trying to replace Diana or overstep her boundaries. Instead, she focused on her duties and charitable work, letting her actions speak for themselves. Slowly, William's perspective softened. Today, their relationship is professional, polite, and maybe even friendly. In contrast, Prince Harry's take on Camilla is different. In his memoir, Spare, Harry accused Camilla of using him to improve her public image, showing that his feelings about her remain complicated and unresolved. This creates a sharp divide between the brothers' views on their stepmother. What's the secret to Camilla's improved dynamic with William? According to royal insiders, it's all about her approach. Camilla played the long game, staying in her lane and respecting William's independence. She never tried to influence him or assert herself in ways that could cause friction, allowing their relationship to evolve naturally. No pressure, no drama. This approach has worked wonders. Despite her reserved demeanor, Camilla is fiercely protective of Charles. When she senses disrespect toward him, whether from William or anyone else, she's not afraid to step in. However, she handles such situations with discretion, addressing issues in a way that supports her husband while preserving family harmony. Tensions within the royal family are inevitable, especially between King Charles and Prince William, whose leadership styles differ significantly. Charles leans into tradition, while William embraces a modern approach. These differences sometimes spark disagreements within the royal household. In such moments, Camilla often finds herself in a delicate position. Her loyalty to Charles is unshakable, but she also understands the importance of managing relationships with William and other family members. Balancing these dynamics requires a steady hand, and Camilla's ability to navigate these challenges speaks to her understanding of the personal and public pressures that come with royal life. One of the most emotionally charged moments in recent royal history came in 2023 when Prince William, as Duke of Cornwall, made a decision that reportedly left Queen Camilla deeply distressed. As part of his changes to the Duchy of Cornwall, a vast portfolio of land, properties, and assets, William removed Camilla's sister, Annabel Elliot, from the royal payroll. Annabel, a renowned interior designer, had played a pivotal role in modernizing and managing the interiors of duchy properties for over 2 decades. Her work was widely respected, and her career marked significant contributions. William's decision to end her role was seen as more than just a professional restructuring. It became a deeply personal issue within the royal family. For Camilla, it was a personal blow. Reports suggest she was left in tears, creating a new strain in her relationship with William. William's decision, part of his vision for modernizing the duchy, unintentionally highlighted the fragile balance between personal relationships and the monarchy's expectations. Annabel's legacy within the duchy is undeniable, her contributions helping elevate its reputation. Her absence marks the end of an era. While the decision may have been pragmatic, it brought emotional ripples, particularly for Queen Camilla. William's vision of a modern monarchy honors its heritage while adapting to present demands. However, the path to modernization is not without sacrifices, and every decision carries a human cost. William's vision of a streamlined modern monarchy finds echoes in King Charles's leadership, as both work to adapt royal traditions to a contemporary world. The ripple effect. Since Queen Elizabeth's passing, the royal family has entered a new chapter, led by King Charles. From his understated coronation to his focus on making the monarchy feel modern and relevant, Charles is stepping into his role in ways that are both fresh and unexpected. Change is the name of the game for the royal family these days. One of the biggest shakeups has been the titles. When Charles became king, the ripple effect was immediate. Prince William and Kate Middleton, formerly known as the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, took on the iconic titles of Prince and Princess of Wales, titles famously tied to Charles and the late Princess Diana. They also became the Duke and Duchess of Cornwall, marking their elevated status in the royal hierarchy. But it's not just titles that have changed, it's the vibe. Charles is proving to be a different kind of monarch. Remember the days following the Queen's death? Charles was out there meeting the public, shaking hands, chatting, and even letting people kiss him. Royal biographer Andrew Morton summed it up best. He lets people kiss him, which the Queen would never do. This small moment speaks volumes about his more approachable human touch. Charles is taking on his role with surprising energy for someone in his mid-70s. Morton noted the difference. The Queen was in her 90s and had a very much reduced agenda. The King, I think, is going to have to go at pace even though he's 75 himself. It's clear Charles isn't planning to sit back and take it easy. Let's not forget his knack for connecting through words. According to biographer Sally Bedell Smith, Charles is an excellent off-the-cuff speaker, way more comfortable and natural than his mother ever was. This ability to connect directly with people is helping him carve out a distinctly modern role as monarch. This was evident in one of his first acts as king, just days after Queen Elizabeth II's passing. Charles invited faith leaders from across multiple religions to Buckingham Palace, a powerful gesture showing his commitment to representing a community of communities. His duty to protect the diversity of the country resonates deeply in today's world. But inclusivity isn't his only focus. King Charles hasn't shied away from taking a stand on global issues. In February, he condemned Russia's invasion of Ukraine, calling it an unprovoked full-scale attack and highlighting the unnecessary suffering inflicted upon Ukrainians. While Queen Elizabeth II chose not to address the war publicly, Charles's willingness to speak out shows his intent to engage with the pressing challenges of the modern era. Even his coronation reflected this shift. Although still a grand affair, it was significantly scaled back compared to his mother's iconic 1953 ceremony. With a guest list of just over 2,000 compared to Queen Elizabeth's 8,000 attendees and a streamlined procession, Charles sent a clear message. Tradition can coexist with a more practical, pared-down approach. Reports suggest this was no coincidence. Charles is keen on reducing the pomp and circumstance synonymous with the royal family to focus on what truly matters. This modernization extends to the very structure of the monarchy. Charles has long expressed a desire to slim down the royal family, emphasizing the importance of a core group of working royals. While his plan to limit this to just 7 members hasn't yet materialized, the official count of working royals currently stands at 11. It's clear that streamlining operations is high on his agenda. Yet, not everything has changed. The taxpayer-funded stipend for the royal family remains unchanged, with no significant adjustments to how the monarchy is financed. While this may raise eyebrows among critics, it seems Charles is treading carefully as he balances tradition, modernization, and public expectations. Despite efforts to modernize the monarchy and connect with the public, approval ratings tell a more complicated story. In April, a Reuters report revealed that King Charles's approval rating had dipped since his ascension. An Ipsos poll showed that while 61% of the public approved of his leadership immediately after succeeding Queen Elizabeth, that number had fallen to 49% just months later. The skepticism doesn't stop there. According to CNN, a survey conducted by Savannah found that more than a third of UK adults felt their opinion of the royal family had soured over the past decade. Only 21% said their views had become more favorable, while a significant 41% reported no change at all. These numbers highlight a growing ambivalence about the monarchy's role in modern Britain. Even the coronation, a historic moment for any monarch, struggled to capture the public's enthusiasm. While half of UK adults expressed some interest in the event, only 21% described themselves as very interested. For an institution built on spectacle and tradition, this lukewarm reception speaks to shifting public attitudes.